Magic and Muscles Season 2 starts with a brief recap of the events that happened after Mash's battle with Abel and Cell War. Additionally, the narrator reminds the audience that someone is spreading rumors that Mash can't use magic. In the present, Finn reminds Mash that Finn, Lemon, and Dot convince the student that Mash can use magic. Unfortunately, another student stumbles upon the two and asks Mash the same thing. Mash tells the student he can use magic, but the student's not buying it. Finn attempts to flee with Mash, but the student tells him that covering for Mash will make Finn look like a criminal. Before Finn gets into an argument with the student, Lance arrives and uses his gravity magic to subdue the guy. Dot and Lemon arrive afterward, and they all head to a dining hall to celebrate their victory over Langdorm. Finn's shocked Abel and Abyss attended the party. Abel promises he doesn't plan to befriend them. After some funny situations ensue between Lemon, Abyss, Mash, and others, Finn approaches Lance and asks him what he is doing after he gets separated from their group. Lance says he ran into death row inmates after combating a person from Lang's dorm. Later, Abyss tells Mash that Innocent Zero, one of the Magic Realm's worst crime syndicates, is after him. Abyss says Abel gained his powers for assisting Innocent Zero. Simultaneously, Abel and Finn are heading somewhere to retrieve one of his board games. Abyss confirms Abel borrowed Innocent Zero's power to obtain more coins. Since Innocent Zero currently has their eyes set on Mash, Abyss warns him to keep his guard up. After their heartfelt chatter concludes, we see the students from earlier hiding behind our hero's dorm's door. He plans to obtain proof that Mash can't use magic. He aborts the mission when Abel and Finn unexpectedly return to the dorm. Suddenly, an owl arrives to give Mash a letter. Mash arrives and visits the Bureau of Magic to discuss his crime of concealing the truth behind his inability to use magic. Roya, a divine visionary, tells Mash why it's important to maintain order and fairness in the Magic Academy. However, he suggests Mash sway folks to his side by showing them his abilities. He throws a candle near Mash and asks him to light it without touching it. Mash rubs his wand on the ground at tremendous speeds, causing a fire to occur in the area briefly. After lighting the candle, Mash promises Ryo that he'll sway people to his side with his fists. Before Mash departs, several divine visionaries arrive and stop him. One of the divine visionaries explains why Mash must perish for his actions. Suddenly, the man leading this meeting ends up getting controlled by an Innocent Zero member. This being tells the divine visionaries that Mash is important to them and to prove it. They've embedded a magiparasite on the meeting's host. Before Ryo removes it, Mash takes it upon himself to do so, despite the warnings he received from removing it forcefully. Mash successfully defeats the parasite and saves the elderly man to many's shock. Before Mash leaves, Orta, one of the divine visionaries, stops Mash, reminding him that he must die for his crime. Mash refuses, and before Orta kills him, Ryo stops him. Ryo reminds Orta that it's important for him to hear his take on Mash's fate since he's a divine visionary too. Then, Wahlberg and Rain arrive. Magic and Muscles Season 2 starts with Orta telling Wahlberg that Mash must be punished for hiding his lack magic identity. Wahlberg requests Orta and the divine visionaries to hold off on Mash's sentencing because Mash will help them obtain intel on Innocent Zero. After Ryo informs Mash about Wahlberg's history with Innocent Zero, Orta's dead set on murdering Mash. Wahlberg bows before the divine visionaries and gives them genuine reasons why they shouldn't punish Mash. Rain announces his support for Wahlberg and Mash. While some divine visionaries understand Wahlberg and Rain's stance on the matter, Orta says they must uphold their academy's regulations and shouldn't let their emotions take priority. The vice director intervenes and uses Mash's heroic efforts to save him as an example of why the divine visionaries should delay his sentencing. Orta finally concedes but lists several stipulations Mash must follow from acting as a pawn to becoming this year's divine visionary candidate. Mash accepts Orta's wishes and promises he'll defeat Innocent Zero with his fist. Mash returns to his dorm room and informs Lance, Dot, and Finn about what happened. Dot suggests they explore the town for fun purposes. The crew meets in town and partakes in a hilarious koala dart game. Then, Lance asks Mash if they can visit a shop so he can pick up a new wand. Lance addresses the upcoming Divine Visionary Selection exam and warns Mash he won't be going easy on him. At the shop, our boys meet its owner, who bestows them with great wisdom concerning wands and one's magical prowess. Lance and Finn demonstrate the gouging process in front of Dot and Mash. Despite lacking magic, Mash gives it a shot. Mash notices a peculiar wand on the ground. The shop owner says no one's been able to lift this wand physically or magically for centuries. Mash easily lifts the wand from the ground, surprising the shop owner. The narrator states Lance decided against purchasing a wand for himself. Our crew leaves the shop and encounters Lemon and Tom. After spending quality time with their friends, we cut to several days into the future. Mash notes they have 7 gold coins in their possession. Lance says they should be ready to tackle the selection exam. Mash tells his friends he wants to visit his home before the exams begin. We cut to Orta relaying intel about Walberg's choice to Macaron Cardorm's prefect. Orta isn't thrilled about Mash's delayed sentencing and plots to stop Mash from participating in the exam. He convinces Macaron to assist him with his plan by informing him that Mash defeated Abel without magic. At home, Regro showers his adoptive son with love. Then Dot and the others arrive, and Regro's taken aback that Mash made friends. Dot and Lance present Regro with gifts. Regro watches Mash play with Dot. Regro's happy to see Mash hanging out with people other than himself and hopes he can maintain these bonds he's made since attending the academy. Meanwhile, Macaron and his goons attempt to harm Mash at his home. Rain stops the trio in their tracks. The episode closes with Rain planning to fight the three to protect Mash from harm.